Hi, beautiful Sag. How are you? This is Mary Ellen coming to you from Moonrise Cottage for your April 2018 Soul Tarot reading. And I have a beautiful reading queued up for you. As I've been saying the last couple months, I'm starting with an image. Spirit guides have told me please start with images because they help initiate the flow of energy for the reading. So I'm starting with this photo today. Let me toggle over and say hi. Hi everybody, good to be here with you. So for all the returning viewers and subscribers, hey, welcome back. I'm very excited about your reading. Spirit is referencing back all the way through February. So I'm going to talk a little fast today because I don't want this to go long. For those of you who are new, welcome. It's wonderful to meet all the new folks who are showing up to the channel. For folks who don't know, my website is up. I've been working on that for quite a while. You can see a link to my website right on the landing photo on my YouTube page. The description or the link, the other link for the website is below the video in the description section. It is moonrisecottagesoultarot.com. So if you want a reading, if you want to look into a love relationship, if you're interested in medium services to be in touch with loved ones or friends who might be on the other side, or if they've been trying to come through and speak to you, let me know. I'm offering distance healing this year. Lots going on. Wait till you see your reading. I'm going to toggle back to the photograph of that beautiful butterfly, and we're going to jump right in, okay? So, last month, on I think the 2nd or 3rd of March, just after the readings came out, on all that chatter about transition, transformation, evolution, the things that Spirit's been talking about through me since, Spirit's once again saying, the days of the solstice. There's been a big change going on. We have been preparing in the first quarter of the year for transformation. We've had crazy, vicious nor'easter snowstorms here, one after another, for about 2 months. I went out on the deck one day. All of a sudden, the sky cleared. It was a beautiful sunny day, and it was 50 degrees. You know, the night before had been like 15 or some crazy thing. I thought, I'm just going to go out and soak up some sunshine. And I took a chair out on the deck. When I came in and shut the door, that's who I found in my house. I have no idea how that happened. There's no way that it's time for this butterfly to be out and flying around. And somehow she got here. So for me, there have been a fairly regular, I don't know, Spirit's calling it cycles, so I'll just go with that. Cycles of visitation here from the natural world. I had a hawk fly into my house one day, same kind of thing. It was a nice day. I opened the door. I was lying on the couch to take a nap, and when I woke up, there was a hawk sitting on the top of the couch staring right at me. So this time, it's a butterfly, and it's clearly a message from Spirit. It feels like a very mystical event to me because of the unlikely way that this occurred. Butterfly medicine is all about transformation. And as the cards have been coming out the last few months, that's the topic. Spirit's been talking about evolving and emerging. So to have this show up here really blew my mind, and it just filled me with a particular type of joy because of the type of accompaniment that I'm getting and the type of messaging that's being confirmed for all the signs for everyone. So I just wanted to start with that. Let's jump into the reading. Oh, and I forgot to say, I'm sorry. I use the beautiful Celtic Wisdom cards, Celtic Wisdom Soul Tarot cards, developed by Caitlin Matthews. She's an amazing woman. She has a huge lifetime body of work, so if you have an interest, go and check her out. People often ask me about these cards. They're not in print anymore. You can't get them. So just so you know, and if anybody ever finds them somewhere, let me know because my deck is starting to degrade, and I'm looking for a new one. So, Sag, in March, actually, Spirit's telling me, go back to February. So here we go. There are the cards for February. One of the things that struck me this morning when I was doing the reading was the beautiful revelation of art on the top left corner of the reading. we see the goddess of sovereignty. And it was her mission, Spirit saying, her destiny was to be a seer and to be able to see into the future and name the lineage of kings. So in this reading in February, we have 2 kings and you in the middle in this beautiful foundation of art, the art of spiritual communication, the art of going really deep. And the king of battle sitting to the right of the beautiful foundation of art, the light over the reading. The discussion was about regaining some part of you that had been lost through the battle of your life and your journey. There was a release and some discussion about the road that you're on, the will to go forward, to regestate, to bring this lineage forward. And right next to the beautiful goddess of sovereignty on the top, we see a new life form, your emergence as the king of knowledge. And the outcome was sacred healing. It's amazing to me. And so in March, we saw the continuation of that journey. Right over the top, the beautiful perfecter of energy, the last card in the major arcana of the deck, giving the light and theme to the reading about the shift and change that's going to happen over this next year. And in that particular moment, Spirit saying to me, being in a place of victory, having come through this incredible journey, and above the perfecter of energy, in the middle row, the card that is second to the right is the perfecter of energy. Above that, we see the goddess of sovereignty again. And next to her, a notation about the full moon. There was a soul journey and a rising and becoming your own touch point through the foundation of the art of deep seeing and deep knowing. A beautiful array of cards. On the top, we see a prophecy. So there, in a sense, there are 2 prophecies in the reading for March. One is about skill set, developing this new skill set on this foundation of art while you have your soul journey. And imagine the harmony that you've been seeking. And Spirit's talking to me now about all beings. And again, a notation of the continuation of this prophecy so that the outcome is you standing in this place, having emerged, evolved, and transformed from this very deep journey. In April, we see some of the same cards again. And I'm really grateful to Spirit for bringing this message through so clearly over these last 3 months. April, we see the Imaginer of Harmony. And I just want you to see where that was. I'm going to toggle back. I want you to see where it looks, what it looked like in March. Okay? The Imaginer of Harmony was on the soul journey on the top row of cards. It has shifted now to the light and the theme of this meeting. Spirit is talking about a meeting with the Sagittarius energy. The goddess of sovereignty is here again in the cards. The king of knowledge is here. We see the foundation of art. So Spirit is talking about this thread that's been coming forward. And what's coming to my mind actually, I'm going to see if I can find it. There was a card that came out for you last year. And the theme has been all about, hang on one second, I want you to see my face. The theme has been about the warrior aspect of the Sagittarius energy and the way that it has been transformed, the road that has been coming down. And if you remember, we saw a scene about 2 warriors battling, locked in battle, unable to shift out of that position. And during the day, they fought to the death. And one of them passed. And the other one would tend to the person's wounds, the one who had passed, and feel the grief of the situation that they were in. That spell's been broken, Sag. It's done. And the deep desire, what Spirit's telling me on the Sag journey, has been to break the link that kept you in that place. So let's transition back to the cards. I'm going to keep flipping through my cards. I want to show you that card. Oh, wait, you know what? Here it is. Spirit brought it right to the top. Remember that from last year? Spirit's saying it's done. Because the transformation that you were seeking through this epic battle, coming down this long road of destiny, has been transformed because of the love and dedication that you have in your heart for this journey. Beautiful. On the wings of a butterfly, this message arrives here. So let's look at the cards for April and talk all about that, Spirit says. There you are in March. And there's April. It's really gorgeous. So, you know, the other thing that's been coming through loud and clear is the notation of the full moon. We saw it in the cards in March. It's been in almost every reading, I think, every single reading that I've done for April. A lot of talk about the aperture of the full moon. And like the portals that opened and closed last year through the eclipses, Spirit's talking about the importance of the cycles of the moon and the moon as a portal. So it's feminine energy, in a sense, intuition, dreaming, visioning, and deep travel. The type of travel that happens as a result of the foundation of art. There you are, Sag. That's a sacred vessel. The mythology of the card is that the oars are golden. We can't tell by this particular illustration. When you put your hands on the oars, you can go anywhere you want. And what happens is you jump out of the boat and you dive really deep into the mystical realm to have a profound journey based on the pull of the moon and the opening and closing of that aperture. And this month we have another set of supermoons, two, one on the first day of March and one on the last day of March, which comes in like 2 days from now. So I wanted to try to push these readings out so people can see them before that happens. It's phenomenal. And I think it's the last time we're going to have this type of event for a couple of years, where we have month after month with supermoons. So follow the energy that comes through the tides, Spirit says, through the moon, through the feminine portal. It's enlivening the destiny for all of 2018 and going forward. So Spirit's now chattering in my head about Pluto, and I will get to that. But let's first take a look at the card that indicates your energy under this Spirit theme. The ability to imagine harmony has been bringing your destiny forward. And now you sit in this beautiful position where you have a prophecy. Again, there are two in this reading. You know, what's coming through is there's just so much going on for you, Sag. Your movement and your transformation has been very deep. It has been the stuff of dreams. Look at that. The augury of skill is a prophecy about having been transformed in order to be able to send out new skill sets. And you know, I love this card. It often comes up for Sag and it comes up for Leo. I love the wild nature of this card. It just shows me so much about your energy. Look at that beautiful young man. You know, youthful, wild, untamed, able to set a new course and develop that which is desired, which is this beautiful shining city or society, is what Spirit's been saying and sort of talking about through me for a long time. As you know, if you've been following along. And if you're new to the channel, go check out some of the readings from last year. Look at the ones that were in the months where we had portals opening and closing and eclipses and things. Very profound. Okay, Spirit's talking again about the passage tombs. Your reading, when I went to the passage tombs in October, your reading came out from depth. So if you don't know, if you haven't been following along, go look at the reading from October and the days forward through the eclipse, and you'll understand these moments a little deeper. So the energy, the skill, the development of this type of skill comes from this place in your heart chakra where you imagine the harmony of all beings. Harmony within yourself, primarily, Spirit says, and that translates into your strength. And so the first card on the bottom row, the human walk, is the strength card. This is about the goddess of victory. This is the mythology of this card. There's a lot coming through. So this is Boudica, for those who don't know, a real person who in the time of the Druids was a female warrior. Her family was slaughtered by the advance of the Roman Empire. And she, Spirit's saying, she brought forward an insurrection, and she mustered her people, and what she did was she would bring a hare to the battlefield, and when the armies were aligned, she would open the basket, and depending on how the hare ran across the battle, she would use that as a divination tool in order to bring victory and understand how to fight the battle. And she has on her lap the soul, carrying the soul forward through this type of victory. It's a really amazing story. It's a fun read. There are books about her life. So that's the aspect that this movement for this month brings. This is the empowerment of your will because of what you can imagine. That is where your strength lies. It's a beautiful, beautiful message. And we see another foundation card. What I love about this card, look at the center column of cards for a minute. So that card on the bottom is the foundation of battle. A new place from which to do these sacred battles. It is about having come through a rite of passage. Look at that. This warrior has been through his training, his transformation, and he stands now with the tribe. That spirit in the background, accompanying and watching over your progress. A lot of passion. Again, three, for me, in a sense, the word that's coming through is visage. Three visages so far of the Sagittarius sacred warriorship. Woo! It's astounding to me. It's kind of giving me a chill. Above that, having come through this rite of passage, finding your strength inside of you, the energy rises through this prophecy about your skill set in a youthful way, something new, something having been transformed. And above that, the foundation of art. That's a very strong message, Sag, about the core of your beautiful being. Here on the earth, Spirit says. And the other thing that's been coming out is to encouraging me to have you look very closely, starting now and going forward, to the yin-yang movement of the energy from the earth to the spirit realm. And that's why Spirit's been talking so much, chatter coming through me, about yin and yang, to prepare us for this moment. So take a look at the top row and understand the reflection on the earth, on the human walk, on the bottom. And for those of you that don't know, the middle row of cards, that's the core of the reading. So next to the beautiful foundation of battle, once again, the goddess of sovereignty, the seer who was able to name a lineage. And that's what this message is about. Your sacred lineage as a Sagittarius, having incarnated here for your particular style and type of mission, Spirit says. She is here to help you understand the lineage that you are meant to fulfill. And she works directly, look at the right corner on the bottom, the goddess of sovereignty, the revelation of the art of being a seer, deep into the mystical waters that sit just above her. If you look upward to the left from the revelation of art, we see again the energy rising through you, the central core of your position. And that beautiful fellow on the top is the king of art, the Pathfinder. And it was the king of art that asked the goddess of sovereignty to help him understand his lineage going forward. Astounding to me, Sag, given where you came from, locked in that battle with your warriorship. and it has been transformed. Pardon me. And the very next card is the King of Knowledge. This is the card that is about the bridge, tying your energy here on earth to the sacred realm. Do you see the balance and the joy and the happiness? This king has been transformed, and he is prepared for new growth. We see the scarf around his neck and his trousers. There's abundance in his hand and at his back. And he sits in a very serene way because he is assured and he understands the knowledge that has been given to him. And he uses it, to reign. That's the message. That's literally streaming through to me. Spirit's talking about your reign as a king and as a warrior. It's profoundly startling to see the 3-month progression of these readings. And so sitting above the King of Knowledge is the King of Art, the Pathfinder, who is standing at the first step of your new soul journey. And one of the strongest pieces of information about the King of Art in that mythology, his sphere is working in direct alignment with the mystical realm. He is able to clear away obstacles, find the path, and clear away any obstacles that might stand in the way. And so with this transformation, this is just really mystical notification. A butterfly flying into my house, sandwiched in between 2 raging snowstorms. In March, I shouldn't see a butterfly here until at least mid-May. I don't know where she came from. I don't know how she got here. And she stayed here for 2 weeks until, she was kind of hanging out on my shirt. And I was just talking, we were chatting. And finally I thought, all right, I need to channel these messages that this beautiful butterfly is bringing. And that's the message. I'm getting a little choked up. Look how beautiful that is. The very next card on the spirit realm is the Foundation of Art. And this card was at the core of your reading in February. And in March, it was on the human realm. And now in April, it rises into the spirit realm. Complete transformation, Sag. For those of you that don't know, the Foundation of Art is a story about becoming a seer, becoming a mystic, a wisdom holder. And part of the training was to become a student of the master and go into a sacred hut, be plunged into darkness, remain there for 24 hours, and open the third eye. They would put a large stone in their hearts to keep them awake. This card stands next to the sacred spear flug, the King of Art, the Pathfinder. And that is the foundation. That is the master under whose tutelage you now exist. Wow. Amazing. The last card has everything to do with how your soul journey develops as a result of this transition and the transformation that has come to you. That is the Protector of Lore. This is the World card. The Protector of Lore stands, having emerged, completely transformed, tattooed, all the way down to the shoes, right? In the light of the sun, having emerged, the transformation complete, bringing enormous abundance and ability going forward. Okay, so Spirit's talking to me about the Sun Warrior, all the things that would indicate a Sag. All right, I'm going to toggle back to the cards. In February, we had, or pardon me, it was March, we had the beautiful Perfector of Energy. Let me show you that reading again. There it is, the light and the theme standing over the reading. Underneath it, we see the Foundation of Art, and on the top, in the spirit realm, the seer, talking about the lineage and the shift and change that is coming. It's pretty amazing to me. And here in April, look at how they stand together. If you look at the right column of cards, we see the prophecy being fulfilled and the energy of the goddess of sovereignty, supporting the imagination of harmony, the ability to go very deep because you have joined in this way with the sacred pathway of energy in order to become a seer and clear away the blockages that stand in front of the transition and the transformation that humanity is attempting to make. In that transition, you emerge into the protector of sacred lore, standing on the ground, if you will, of the ancients. There's the glyph and the sacred spiral. Spirit saying, you're a marked man. You will feel this on the inside this month, Sag. You may already be feeling it with April coming on and the full moon in a couple days. So, as I said, I think last month, the cycles of the moon, really important this year. The totality of that message hasn't come through yet, but I know there's more to come. So do keep a journal. Any thoughts? You don't have to write paragraphs, Spirit says, but just whatever inspiration comes, because you stand on the foundation of art to become a seer, and you may have some third eye opening. Clearly, you are increasing your psychic abilities, your clairvoyant abilities, and Spirit's been talking about the ability to be in touch with that tapestry that was being woven through the work that each individual sign did in 2017. I think it was last month or the month before, I was talking about an article that I read in one of the science magazines about the fact that scientists have discovered that our brains actually do emit a type of vibration. Okay, Spirit almost cut my tongue off. Vibratory message is what Spirit wants to say. We are in touch with each other. Those are the types of obstacles that are being cleared away on a planetary level. So just be aware of that. As you stand on the sacred ground of the ancients, the protector of lore, and by the way, that's a major arcana card, as is the imaginer of harmony and the outcome card, the liberator of your devotion, coming on the wings of a butterfly to let you know with certain clarity you have emerged. You've been carried across this journey in a shamanistic way. And there's the soul, the indication of the head, just as we saw in the strength card. So when you go through the month of April, try to keep these things in mind to the best of your abilities. The Spirit's chattering about something that's going to come to you because of this transformation, because of the shift and change. Your knowledge, the king of knowledge. All right, Spirit's interrupting me. So transitioning over to the left column of cards, the strength card, the position in which you literally sit. Able to follow the energy and coming through this rite of passage in order to come into your human destiny. The revelation of art brings you into the position, the realm of the kings, Spirit says. And from the realm of kings, you clear away obstacles and step into the next phase, a very active phase of your soul journey. And that's why we see the protector of lore as the last card in the soul journey. And having reached this metamorphosis, you are liberated. You are going through another portal, and that is why the liberator of devotion sits right next to the moon card. That's why I'm rushing to get these readings out. Look at that. Direct alignment. Beautiful, fiery Sag. I love you guys. Because your journey, one of the things that I've begun to understand about the Sag journey by doing these readings, there is a deep tenderness and a deep awareness in your soul, and you feel it coming in through your heart. Spirit says, don't doubt that. That is what your fiery, passionate warriorship is about. You know it, Spirit says. Spirit's telling me, and now I know it. And it is time for the world to know that. You have a lot to give. I'm going to leave you with the cards. Have a wonderful month. I'm very excited to see the way this journey has transitioned and transformed and emerged. And Spirit wants me to show you the butterfly one more time. There she is. God bless her. What a beautiful visitor. And never forget that you are your purpose and your purpose has emerged. Thank you, Sag.